Good morning, class. Let's get our books out and get ready. It's time for math. Today's lesson, we're going to focus on multiples and multiplication using friendly numbers.
When
Do
are
we
we
have
gonna go
PE
to
today?
lunch? When's
I think
lunch?
we
I
have
wanna go
PE
to
today. We
lunch.
had
Is
music
it
yesterday. We
lunchtime?
have PE today.
Terry, Jerry, please get ready to learn.
Okay,
Thinking
I'm
cap
ready.
is
I'm
on
ready.
and I'm ready to go.
Okay, so to start our lesson for today, our learning target is I can use friendly or familiar numbers to help me answer less friendly or familiar equations. Okay. So, first, let's talk about what we mean by friendly. So, friendly numbers are the numbers that we already understand and we already have a good grasp on our multiplication table for those numbers. So, for example, some friendly numbers might include our ones, right? One group of one is one, two groups of one is two, three, four, and then five, and then six, and so on. For a lot of us, right? Twos might feel really friendly. So let's do some twos. You have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then you have 12. For a lot of us, I bet fives are friendly. You have 5, you have tens, you have 15, you have 20, you have 25, and then you have 30 if we count by fives. And then, of course, tens might be friendly. We know one group of 10 is 10, two groups is 20, three groups is 30, 40, 50, and then 60. Okay, so these are some of our friendly numbers and friendly familiar multiples. Okay, so taking that, we might then have an equation like this. Let's say we have 6 groups of 9, or we might say it's 9 groups of 6. Remember, in multiplication, you can do it either or. And remember, this multiplication symbol right here, this little X for multiply, it also can mean groups of. So we could say 6 groups of 9, or we might say 9 groups of 6. Okay. So if I am looking at it this way, what are some friendly multiples that we can use to help us that are close to 6? We have ones, we have twos, we have fives, and we have tens. Is there something close to 6? That's right. It's the fives. So you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Okay. So using that, it can actually help us, right? So let's find an equation that's close to this, right? Instead of 6 groups of 9, let's look at 5 groups of 9. So let's use our friendly number. Let's use our fives. What's 5 groups of 9? It goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, right? 45. So 5 groups of 9 is 45. 6 groups of 9 is going to be what? How do we use this number to help us? 6 is how many more than 5? It's one more, right? So I take my 45 from my other answer, from my friendly, familiar equation, right? And I'm going to add one more what? This is 5 groups of 9. I need to find 6 groups of 9. So I need one more 9, right? So 45 plus 9 equals what? Well, let's count up again. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. So that means what? Our answer is 6 groups of 9 equals 54. You see how we did that? We had 6 groups of 9. We noticed that we had a friendly or familiar equation nearby that could help us. We know our fives. So if I know that 5 groups of 9 or 9 groups of 5 is 45, then I just need one more 9 to get up to that 54, right? So let's look at it in another way. So this time we focused on the 5, or sorry, focused on the 6 and found the 5. This time, let's say I focus on that 9. Is there a friendly number close to 9 that I could use? I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, right? These are counting up by tens. 9 is close to 10. So what I could do is I could focus on 10 groups of 6 because that's close to, right? 9 groups of 6 is close to 10 groups of 6. I can take that and I can use this, count up, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tens equals 60. How do I use this to help me solve for this? Well, instead of 10 sixes, I'm going down to 9 groups of 6, right? So this time, what you're going to do is I take my 60 from my 10 groups of 6 and I'm taking away a 6, right? Because I'm going back down to the 9 groups of 6. And so again, you can count. Use your fingers if you have to. You can count down from 60 and go 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54. You see how we did that? That is how we use friendly or familiar numbers or equations to help us solve for less familiar numbers and equations, right? Because I get it. Sixes and nines, it's not as familiar. It's not as friendly. It doesn't work as cleanly in our heads, right? We have to do a little extra work to solve for these types of problems. So what you might need to do is find a friendly number close by. If I'm at a 6, if I'm at this 9, I might be able to find a 5. I might be able to go up to a 10, right? Look for those nearby friendly equations that can help you solve. Thanks for your attention, Jerry and Terry. So next time we solve for an equation, and maybe we notice that the numbers are unfamiliar or unfriendly, we can look by that number and see if there are some friendly multiples or equations that we are more familiar with.
When are we gonna go to lunch? When's lunch? I wanna go to lunch. Is it lunchtime?
We have PE today.